There was a man who killed a buffalo bull to no purpose, only he wanted its blood on his hands. It was a great, old, noble beast, and it was a long time blowing its life away. On the edge of the night, the people gathered themselves up in their grief and shame. Away in the west, they could see the hump and spine of the huge beast which lay dying along the edge of the world. They could see its bright blood run into the sky, where it dried, darkening, and was at last flecked with flakes of light.
The thing we had to have, we businessmen with rifles, was one-shot kills. We based our success on the overwhelming stupidity of the buffalo. Unquestionably the stupidest game animal in the world. If you wounded the leader, the rest of a herd, whether it was 3 or 30, would gather around her and stupidly mill. All you had to do was pick them off one by one. I once took 269 hides with 300 cartridges. Adventurous? No more than shooting a beef critter in the barnyard. It was a harvest. We were the harvesters. Frank H. Meyer.
Frank Meyer and thousands of other buffalo hunters swarmed onto the plains. Some stopped shooting just long enough to cool their overheated rifle barrels with canteens of water. When the water ran out, they urinated down the barrel and kept shooting.
Up and down the plains those men ranged. Behind them came the skinners with their wagons. They piled the hides and bones into the wagons until they were full, and then took their loads to the new railroad stations to be shipped east to market. Sometimes there would be a pile of bones as high as a man, stretching a mile along the railroad track. Old lady horse.
32 million pounds of buffalo bones made their way from the plains to eastern factories, where they were ground into fertilizer. Buffalo horns were turned into buttons, combs, knife handles. Hooves became glue. All across western Kansas, the slaughter went on. Perhaps as many as 3 million buffalo killed in the 2 years since the coming of the railroad.
Where there were myriads of buffalo the year before, there were now myriads of carcasses. The air was foul with a sickening stench, and the vast plain, which only a short 12 months before teemed with animal life, was a dead, solitary, putrid desert. Colonel Richard Irving Dodge.